Greetings everyone, my name is Akshat Gupta, Director of Business Development at the US Immigration Fund. I'd like to begin my presentation firstly by thanking IREX. It's a wonderfully organized conference and we at US Immigration Fund are proud to be the platinum sponsors for the IREX Rally 2023. So just a quick points, right? We at USIF, we're a 15-year-old organization. We're headquartered at the West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Florida. We have about 40 people at our US office. We have a team in China with over 20 people. I am based out of India, taking care of Asia Pacific markets as well. USIF as an organization or a regional center basically focuses only on EB5. EB5 is what we do. It's our bread and butter, and we've been doing it successfully for the last 15 years. A couple of points, experienced team, our CEO, he's the ex-global CEO of Burger King. Our senior legal counsel, she's a Harvard graduate herself. The focus has always been on hiring and having the best people in terms of skill sets so that our investors can be taken care of. We obviously have, over these years, have been partnering with the world-class developers who have a past track record of history and success. We've been doing these third-party reporting, construction management, and 24-hour customer service along with technology and reporting even before it sort of was made a mandate by USCIS. So we've been following this process for the last 15 years, and I'm very happy to say that we've been doing it successfully for over 6,000 investors and their families. Right, so with these 15 years of experience comes our track record of success, and I'm very proud to present that we collectively, as a team, bring about 50 years of collective experience in real estate development, banking, and finance. We work with over 6,000 investors and their families. We've raised over $3 billion in deployed capital and have already repaid about $850 million in capital repaid. And I'm happy to do so as people qualify for the repayment procedures. So just a bit on the past successful project that we've done, right? I take a lot of pride in talking about all of these projects, because all of these projects are 100% construction completion, 100% repayment of capital, and 100% approval on green cards for all our investors in this project. I also take a lot of pride in talking about the 88 Kushner Cabot and the 101 Tribeca, because there are two projects that I'm going to be presenting in front of you today, and both of these projects are done by developers who we've already worked with and have had a successful track record. Yeah, so our current project offerings are basically two. We have the Pier Village Phase 5 and the Area 15. So Area 15 is sort of a new project with its Phase 2 that we're doing, and it's technically a launch for the Indian market that we're doing for Area 15. Right, so with respect to Wave Spa, right, so Kushner as a developer, it's a legacy of over 40 years in US real estate history. We worked with them in the past in 2015 on a project called 88 Kushner Cabot. We raised 100 million for 50 investors, and I'm proud to say that we had a 100% track record of success with all of them. In fact, what's interesting is that the developer actually repaid to all our investors 1.5 years ahead of time. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I was talking about with respect to the 88 Kushner Cabot. I don't know if it's visible to you, but the image on the bottom of the slide with those two twin towers is basically what the 88 Kushner Cabot project is all about. Right, so I'll talk a little bit about where is Pier Village, what is the geographical area, and then obviously take it forward from there. Pier Village as an area is set at the Atlantic Ocean in Long Branch, New Jersey. We have about 2.3 million visitors per year. It's an ocean-facing location, exotic location with its close proximity to New York and Philadelphia. New York is about an hour's drive, and Philadelphia is about an hour and a half drive from this wonderful place of Pier Village. As you can see, the white stripe and the red background is basically what is called Wave Spa. This is the project that we're basically offering to all our EB5 investors. We're raising about 38 million, and we have about 48 spots for our EB5 investors in this project. Yeah, a little bit about Wave Spa. So as I said, this is the 5th phase of successful construction in this area. New Jersey as an area is more famously known as the backyard of the Kushner family. Their family stays there. They've been doing construction over the last 20 years there, and this is the fifth phase of successful construction in this beautiful area of Fair Village, Long Branch. Waves Park is going to be the third, only the third hotel in this area. The two being, one of them being Kushner's hotels themselves. Waves Park is going to be a 107 hotel key room project. I won't bore you with all these important things, I mean these points, but just to summarize, it has an ocean-facing outdoor pool, state-of-the-art spa, and every feature that you would look at an exotic stay at a beautiful place like Fairview. Yeah, just a few hotel rendering images. Right, so I summarize, and I like to summarize this project by generally saying that here is a proposition where you're partnering with a credible regional center which has a track record of over 15 years, who's working with a developer who's already served successfully on an EB5 project. And moreover, you're investing in an area or a project where you have an existing project, which is a 67 hotel key room project done by Kushner themselves, right next to the area or land where you're investing. So this is a tried and tested method. This hotel is actually currently running. You can pretty much go on Instagram, you can go on their website and book yourself a stay. We have every weekend, every weekday, we have some other event going at Wave Resort. Right, so there's a smile when I present this slide and I take a lot of pride. We at the US Immigration Fund are proud to talk about our EB5 financing program. I with all the humility say that it's an industry-leading financing program where we're happy to offer a $300,000 loan to all our investors on this project for the full term of the investment. And I'm happy to take greater details and answer more questions about this loan program at my booth if you do obviously qualify with the eligibility. But it also comes in with the principal and interest being repaid to you by and only when it successfully comes back from the developer. So it's that kind of confidence that we have in the project where we're giving terms such as these, which obviously make it very enticing and very comfortable for an investor to look at. Yeah, just a few basic points on this project. So it has an I-956F receipt notice, which is what we need to onboard investors. It's a TA qualified project. It has for 48 investors, we're creating 755 jobs, so we have nearly double the amount of jobs as a buffer for all our investors in this project. In terms of key highlights, as I mentioned, it's a fast successful project with Kushner. It's got in a strong location. We do all third-party audits and compliance, which is required by USCIS. It comes in with a world-class developer, and the construction timeline for this project is the fourth quarter of 2023 until the fourth quarter of 2025. Right. So a second project that we're presenting, and this is sort of the launch in the India market, is Area 15 Phase 2. What is Area 15, right? So Area 15 is a one-of-a-kind entertainment district. It's sort of redefining the live entertainment space as the first ever 200,000 square feet complex fully dedicated to immersive experiential entertainment. I know this might sound like too many technical jargons to you, but if you do go on Instagram, if you just type what Area 15 is, you'll understand what I'm basically trying to talk about. Right, so the developer in this project is Fisher Brothers. I'm happy to say that I've met them personally, spent a good amount of time, and they're a bunch of hardworking and humble people. We've, as USI, worked with Fisher Brothers in the past as well, where we've done two projects. We did the 101 Tribeca, which was one of the projects that I had mentioned in the initial parts of our PPT. And we did another phase 1 of the same project, which is Area 15 phase 1, where in the first project we raised about 175 million, which was roughly 350 investors. And in the second project which we did with them, which was phase 1 of Area 15 itself, we raised about 14.3 million US dollars. So this space is basically in Las Vegas. It's one of the world-class destinations with proven traffic. It's got about 3.23 million people visiting them in 2022. What's exciting is that it's also known as one of the most visited places when you talk about US places of attraction. It's a mix of art, music, entertainment. It's gotten its own rides, it's gotten concerts, festivals, comedy shows, bars, breweries, whatever you talk about. So The phase one obviously has a bunch of tenants which are already in and operational. I would request you guys probably sometime after the conference to go and check out Meow Walls Omega Mart. It'll really blow your mind off because if you go and check out the video and the kind of immersive experience that it gives, it's something out of the world experience. You wouldn't have seen something like this for sure in India. We right now as USIF are raising funds for Area 15 Phase 2. Phase 2 is called the district, which is under construction. So the construction already began about 4 months ago, and we sort of plan to finish construction by the third quarter of 2025. Yeah, so what's exciting about Area 15, right? Basically, in Area 15, the district, we have Universal Studios coming up with their unique Halloween experience, which is going to be available for people 365 days. Universal Studios did a huge press release where they spoke about it, and it actually garnered a huge press coverage as well. So there was a press statement released by Universal Studios, by Fisher Brothers themselves, and obviously, you had people talking about it saying Universal is bringing a year-round horror attraction to Vegas Area 15. Area 15 expansion plans include hotel, nightclub, etc. So Area 15 as a location in Las Vegas in the US is an extremely spoken about, well-known place for people to visit. It's an experiential sort of a location which is definitely worth watching out for. Yeah, these are just a few rendering images that I wanted to share with you guys and just present. Yeah, a little bit about key points, right? So, project highlights. Past success, we worked with this developer, as I mentioned to you, on the 101 Rebecca project as well as phase 1 of this project. It's got a strong location with about 38.8 million visitors in 2022. Phase 2, so a common and important question is, will this work? How does this work, right? So, the reason why the developer is coming up with the phase 2 is because it's a tried and tested model. They have seen demand, they have seen footfall, and that's precisely the reason why they're expanding this experience to an even greater level. The developer, which is Fisher Brothers, and as I said, the construction timeline, which is subjected to finish by the third quarter of 2025. And as I mentioned to you, the construction of this project is already under its way, and it's about 4 months that we into construction already. Yeah, immigration highlights, as I said, it's a TA qualified project, comes under a high employment area category, has a 10% visa set aside, so there's no background, it's an immediate filing as of the latest visa bulletin by USCIS. And with respect to job creation, we are raising about 40 million in terms of a MES debt for this project. Where we're going to be creating about 1,500 jobs, so that's nearly 3x the jobs required. So you have about 30 jobs for every investor. So you are supposed to create 10 jobs, but the project will be creating 30 jobs per investor. Right. Before I conclude, I'd just like to say that at USIF, we're known to be one of the industry leaders in EB5. We've been doing this time and time again. EB5 is what is bread and butter for us. We take a lot of pride in servicing clients globally. We are a global team of about 60 people. I am one of them based out of India. I just like to say that we are always available for our investors. I'm at my booth and would be happy to talk to you if you have any questions or queries. And on behalf of the entire team at the US Immigration Fund, I'd like to thank you all for giving us the time today, and thank you IREX for giving us the opportunity to present our projects. I wish you guys a wonderful conference ahead, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.